What's up, guys? How's it going? Today we're going to talk about the next killer perk, Barbecue and Chill. So, after hooking a survivor, all survivors' auras are revealed to you for 4 seconds when they are further than 40 meters from the hook. Each time that survivor is hooked for the first time, you gain a 25% stackable bonus to all blood points gained up to a maximum of 100%. The bonus blood points are only rewarded post-trial. So, pretty much, you hook someone, you see people over a certain distance away. This perk is pretty good, giving you a idea of where survivors are. It's pretty good, combined with perks like Paco's the Weasel, Ruin, Gen Protection. It's really good on the pig, allowing you to see where survivors are on getting their head traps off, allowing you to be able to go to the person getting their head trap off and stopping them. Overall, I do suggest getting it. It, though being a strong perk, the higher in MMR you go, the less powerful it is because it doesn't slow gens down. It doesn't. It gives you an idea of where survivors are to help you use your other perks that regress gens, but there's better perks than that, than Barbecue for it. Like Scorchhook that just came out with the artist, giving popping the closest gen being done and alerting you to where if survivors are on it. Just like Scorchhook, this has counterplay to it. Since it reveals auras, there are ways to hide your aura and make it so the killer doesn't see you. You can hide in a locker. If you didn't know, hiding in a locker hides your aura from the killer. It keeps you from screaming. And there's a few killers that play around the locker hiding your aura, like Legion. Pretty much killers that have a killer instinct trigger and not an aura reading trigger. Another way you can hide your aura is if you're not working on the gen and you're crouching, your aura shows up as a red color, and so do generators. So if you crouch behind a generator, the aura of the gen will hide the aura of the survivor. Only if you're not working on the gen. If you're working on the gen and on the other side of the generator from where the person's hooked, they'll still see you working on it. So you have to let go of the gen and crouch behind it, wherever the whatever behind is from the aspect of where it gets hooked. Yeah, it is a decent perk. It's pretty good. Overall, there are still perks that are just much better. Of course, when it comes to killer, there's not that many perks that are much better the higher you go in MMR. But if you're bare bones, like mid to low MMR, this could be a useful perk. Of course, the lower in MMR you go, the more viable any perk is, because you're going against worse and worse survivors. Could it use a buff? Yeah. If the game stays in its current state, and the devs don't think they really need to nerf gen speeds for whatever reason, yeah, this perk definitely could use a buff. Main buff I could see without changing the main aspect of the perk is after you gain a token and you hook that survivor again, it could block survivors whose auras are revealed from working on generators for 30 seconds. Like 10, 20, 30. From level 1, level 2, level 3. This gives the perk more viability after hooking everyone, more than just revealing the auras. And even if it gives that regression of making survivors whose auras are revealed inability to work on generators, there's still playing around that. Like I said earlier, hiding your aura by hiding behind the generator. Of course, that doesn't really hide it. It just makes it so the killer can't see it, so they won't be able to come to you while you're not able to work on generators. But if you hide in a locker, it won't stop you when barbecue's triggered. There's still counterplay to it. There's still ways to play around not being able to do the generator. But it adds some gen protection to the perk, other than just that. Especially since a lot of the maps are really big. And certain killers, pretty much, unless your killer has map travel abilities, it gets worse. 110 killers, I wouldn't really say barbecues that well on, outside of like the Huntress, who can throw their hatchets across the map and hit you. Hard, very hard to do, but still pretty good to hit with. If you're going to use barbecue, you kind of want to use killers like the Blight, Nurse, Billy, Wraith. Kind of, he can traverse the map faster, but he still has to walk there, uncloak, and hit you. Spirit can do pretty well using barbecue and chili to get across the map, though she's just become much worse with the nerfs. And then killers like Pig, who have a secondary objective that survivors have to do, like getting their head traps off, she can go and stop them. Yeah, those are my thoughts on barbecue. If you guys have any other ideas or any other buffs you think barbecue could get, let me know. If you think I'm a little bit wrong with my idea of how strong barbecue is, let me know. These are just my opinions from me playing the game, using these perks, seeing what they do, and their actual application in the game. I'm ranking these on that merit of how good I think they are. If you watched the video all to the end, thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.